What's up guys, Joey here, Fugitech, and in the world of smartphones, it's iPhone or Android. When you decide to buy an iPhone, you have 2 to 3 models to choose from. Simple, easy. But when it comes to Android phones, it gets a little bit more complicated, especially with the multiple brands to choose from. Strolling through the multitude of gadget shops and malls here in the Philippines, the sheer number of choices can easily overwhelm a prospective phone buyer, especially since phone makers seem to release a number of new models at any given month. You can also easily notice brands like Oppo, Vivo, Huawei, Samsung, and Realme from the sheer number of sales agents from one stall to another, handing out flyers and almost begging you to buy their phones. But among all these smartphone brands here in the Philippines, which one should you choose? Let's dive into each brand one by one and see what we can expect from them. Alright, so first we have Samsung. Samsung stands above the rest as they sell the most phones worldwide at every single price point, and they leverage their in-house capabilities to ensure that their phones get the best components available in the market. We all know that when it comes to performance and features, they got it. But in terms of value? The pros for Samsung are best-in-class display, excellent battery life, and very strong service and warranty. The major con is that their phones can get very pricey, especially when you get up to the flagship level. Next up is Huawei, which has had a meteoric rise in sales and reputation over the past few years. Their mid-range phones are known for providing great value, think the Nova series, and their flagship phones boast great cameras and very powerful chipsets. However, some have complained about the quality of their OLED displays, and EMUI isn't a perfect Android skin. Also, their prices, which can be in the same league as Samsung, may turn off potential buyers, but that's just for their flagship phones. Again, Huawei mid-range phones are usually great value. Now let's talk about Oppo. The company has tried to differentiate itself by focusing on developing smartphones that deliver great photos, be it on the front cameras or the rear, as well as radical new designs like the Find X or the Reno. It currently sells the most smartphones in China by volume, although worldwide it trails behind other brands such as Samsung, Huawei, and Apple. Among its milestones include it being the first manufacturer to launch 5MP and 16MP front cameras, and also introduced the first selfie phone with built-in beautifying features in 2012. When buying Oppo phones, you can usually expect good cameras, stylish design, impressive battery life, and charging with VOOC technology, and great value for money. For around 15,000 pesos, you can get an excellent package for a phone. However, ColorOS is quite awkward, full of bloat, and updates are sometimes non-existent, although they tend to use MediaTek processors in their devices over Snapdragon. And you can't talk about Oppo without talking about Vivo. They're known for producing smartphones that cater mostly to the mid and lower segments of the market, like Oppo does. And when you're in a mall, these two brands tend to stand out the most. So what sets Vivo apart? Well, when it comes to their phones, Vivo is also very competitive when it comes to the cameras, battery life, and incredible price offers. Just like Oppo, at around the 15,000 peso price point, you can get an excellent package in a phone. However, the downside is, same as Oppo, their software FunTouch OS can get a little bit cumbersome. Now let's move on to Xiaomi. Xiaomi number 1! Xiaomi makes all sorts of products, from smartphones to laptops to TVs, home products, and many more. In terms of phones though, this brand is widely known for the great value for money they provide. Whether it's the 10,000 peso price point or the flagship level, you can usually expect great specs for the price. A good Qualcomm chipset, nice display, cameras, battery life, and design. And just because Xiaomi phones tend to be cheap doesn't mean they're low quality. The cons of Xiaomi though, some people don't like MIUI, and some devices you'd want to get, like the Redmi K20 Pro, aren't officially available in the country. You sometimes have to settle for the gray market and risk having a phone with the Chinese ROM of MIUI, which can honestly be a hassle. Next up, we have OnePlus. They got their start offering flagship level phones at killer prices, but since then they've turned into more of a premium brand with prices not being as low as they were before. The phones used to be sold only through online channels, but have since developed their local presence by partnering with Digital Walker, a local store I'm sure you guys are very familiar with. Currently, the models officially available in the Philippines are the OnePlus 6T, OnePlus 7, and the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's no doubt how nice OnePlus devices can be for their performance, display, awesome software, and cameras, hands down. And for those of you who forgot, hey, Nokia still does exist. This brand has been synonymous with mobile phones since its introduction of the now legendary devices such as the 3210, 5110, and of course the 3310, among others. After their awkward phase with their little experiment with Windows Mobile, the brand has since been resurrected under the stewardship of HMD Global, differentiating themselves from the competition by partnering with Google, which has turned out devices running Android One, aka stock Android, and Android Go for budget-friendly options. Nokia phones stick to their roots, staying true to their traditionally Scandinavian design, decent Zeiss cameras for their flagship phones. They also have a great display, and the track record for updates is far better than most manufacturers, Android One and all. However, the established brand name also brings a bit of a premium, as today's Nokia devices tend to be a bit more expensive than similarly spec competitors. Now a classic for the Philippine market, we have Asus. Their Zenfone devices offer all sorts of features at different price points, like huge batteries for the Zenfone Max series, to the latest flagship chipsets and good cameras for their flagship phones like the Zenfone 6 and the ROG phone. Asus also has good service and warranty, however a major con is that Android updates can take a while to arrive. Now, a relatively newcomer to the local market, we have Realme. They entered the Philippine market with the entry-level Realme C1 and has been on a hot streak ever since. Realme likes catering to the younger crowd with its phones that give an affordable entry point into mobile gaming. As a former sub-brand of Oppo, they offer great prices, rivaling even Xiaomi. For just 7,000 pesos, you can get a phone like the Realme 3 with decent performance. However, Realme phones also run ColorOS, which again can be awkward, it's got some bloatware and updates are slow. Also, expect MediaTek processors. And lastly, let's not forget our hometown hero, Cherry Mobile. They have quite a long history here in the country that has come with both the good and the bad. The good is that their recent devices have been slowly trying to keep up with modern standards and features. For example, the Flare X3 and Flare S8 series. Also, they do have a lot of offerings in the sub 5,000 peso price point for those on a very tight budget. However, they do have a bad rap among consumers as some Cherry phones tend to lack durability and longevity. And their after-sales service doesn't seem to have a good reputation either. Alright, so to conclude this video, yes, we do know that not every single brand was mentioned, but you should still have a better idea now of what's out there in our local market. Which Android phone brand should you buy? Well, while we did enumerate what each of these brands bring to the table, the final choice still does belong to you. It's just that now I hope you're armed with a little bit more knowledge. At the end of the day, it's all about your needs. And of course, if you want to know about what specific phone to get, you can always check out our hands-ons, comparisons, and full reviews. So that's it guys, which Android brand in the Philippines is your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon to see any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Joey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.